So today what we're going to do is take a look at the text shadow property. So let's check it out. All right, so here I have a basic menu set up. So just a couple of little buttons. You can see it's just with HTML, just a wrap with a menu. So it's just styled just very simply as far as the menu goes and menu is concerned. So I'm going to zoom in on this because it's the easiest way to really show you what the text shadow property does. And it's handy for certain instances when you want a little subtle text shadow or like a drop shadow on your text. So what you can do is just type in right here, if you search for it, text hyphen shadow, I'm going to hit tab, and that's the property that we'll use. So as you zoom in, again, it goes x-axis, y-axis, and then your blur radius and your color. So this is how the property is formed. So first we go, let's just say x-axis. I'll do 0 on the y-axis. Let's just say 5 pixels on the blur, and I'll do kind of like a dark gray. And you can see the x-axis right there, how it moves. Let me remove this hover effect real quick. And you can see that right there, how it moves that over. If I just did a blur radius of 1, you can see the text shows up really well. You know, if I did a 0 blur radius, it's almost duplicated. So the x-axis right here, the 10 pixels, allows you to move it 10 pixels left or right. If I did 5, it moved 5. If I did 2, it would move 2. If I just did 1 pixel, well, then it moves 1 pixel. Now, the next one is the y-axis. So again, I could do 1 pixel also to the downside. Okay, so now it's 1 left and 1, or 1 right and 1 down. I could put this as a negative value, right? So just like with the positive, I could do -5. So you could see that goes up. You can do the same thing with the x-axis. But let's just say we want 1 pixel down. Okay, and now you have a blur radius. So you can see right now it's perfect. But if I did 1 pixel on the blur, you can see the text gets a little blurry. If I did 3 pixels, it gets even more blurry. So that's kind of how you use this text property. If I did just 0 and 0 here, you can see now it's just using that blur property. And I could use just 2 pixels right there. And it gives it that subtle effect. Normally, this is a little strong for me and my taste. If I do like a dark green, sometimes this is handy for those instances when you have a green. You just put a little bit of a darker green property. And if I do that and you hit refresh, it may not seem like a lot right there, but it actually does have a little bit of a change in effect once you start looking at it. So again, let's see here. So there you go. So you can see it's very, very subtle. Okay, you could barely tell that it's there, but it gives it that little bit of something. If I remove that, take a look and you'll see it's gone. So again, add it back. You can see just a little bit. Remove it, and there you go. Okay, so if you really want it dark or stronger, you can do it like this. But once you zoom out of it, you know, it's going to be just very subtle, light little effects to make things different. So anyways, that's how you use the text property. So again, it's the x-axis, the y-axis, the blur amount, and then the color. So let's take a look at the box shadow property. It's going to be similar to this. So we're going to take a look at that in the next video. All right, so anyways, that's how you use the text shadow field and rule. Thanks for hanging out with me and learning. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, remember to hit the subscribe button right here, or best of all, get on my newsletter list by clicking this button right here. When you're on the newsletter list, that's where I share all the exclusive video